What's going on? Let's Flow and Canteen Sports Show wrap up, post game wrap up. What's going on, Canteen?
Bruh, all I can say is if you ain't got no defense, you ain't gonna win in the NFL. No defense equals no wins. Simple.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I think if you
Today has
definitely have
been
to yeah, you definitely have to have a defense. You have to have a front seven. You have to have that something to give a pass rush,
definitely,
or
man.
you have to have the back end, that can cover. So you got to have one or the other or both is preferably. But yeah, you got to have some kind of defense because
Kind of
yeah,
cover, man.
yeah.
Today,
So what?
today's been a crazy day, man. I mean, crazy day across the board, man.
Yeah, it's been
Crazy.
crazy. Yeah, so welcome back to the Let's Flow Canteen Sports post game wrap up, and we're doing a pregame for. Let me see. Let me see if I got it here. We're gonna pregame for tonight, Green Bay versus the 49ers, Sunday Night Football. We'll do a pregame on that. We're gonna wrap up the games for today. Do a little wrap up. If you want to join the show, there's a link down below. It's a long link. Hey, jump on. Jump on. I'm gonna let whoever wants to jump on, jump on. I know it's kind of long.
Yeah.
Just type it in. I don't think you can copy and paste it, but that's the link. You use that link and come on the show, and we'll talk a little football. But we're wrapping it up today, talking a little bit of pregame for tonight's game. Green Bay Packers versus the 49ers. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I'm gonna turn on this music here, the background music. All right. All right, so let's go through the game. What game you want to talk about first? You want to just go down the line?
It don't matter if you start it out, bro.
All right, so the Chargers. Shout out to the Chargers beating the Kansas City Chiefs.
Jeez.
We're gonna give a shout out to my boy Drew out there. They went out there and they beat the Chiefs. Dare I say the Chiefs kind of beat themselves, but the Chargers played good defense, and so they got 4 turnovers. And once you get 4 turnovers, it's hard to win a game. Once you get 4 turnovers, man.
Yeah, and so like when they kept interceptions, turning the ball over multiple times. You cannot win like that. You have to be consistent if you're trying to win a football game. And like I said, the Chargers defense was solid across the board, man.
They were solid. They got their turnovers. I mean, that's what you're gonna do. If you want to beat the Chiefs, you got to get some turnovers, and then you've got to not turn the ball over. You've got to keep the ball, hang on the ball, play. They have a good offense. They can move the ball around. Their quarterback's he's a second-year player, but he's playing well. So
Right.
yeah. So but you have to not give the ball back to them as well. So I thought they made a little bit of a mistake at the end of that game. They should have ran the clock down. They almost gave Mahomes and the Chiefs a chance to come back and tie the game. But I think they should have at that point. I think they should have just clocked it. I think Romo talked about it in the broadcast. Run the ball, and then let them make them use a timeout, right? And then clock it again, and then kick the field goal. You don't need at that point. You don't need to go for a touchdown. It doesn't make any sense because you're giving the ball back to the Chiefs, and it's an 8-point game. You give them a chance to get to throw it down the field. But anyway, they still won the game. Go ahead.
Herbert looked good too, man. Herbert looked really good. Justin Herbert looked really, really good.
Right.
He shocked me a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I thought he looked good all season. But for the most part, he's played really well. They've kind of shot themselves in the foot. They keep getting, especially when they played us, they're getting, what do you call it? Illegal shift or whatever penalties, offensive penalties near the goal line. They've lost 3 touchdowns that way. So if they can clean that up a little bit on offense, they'd be looking pretty good. They're in the same category. The Raiders went into overtime. I'm not sure if that game's over. Have you seen that game?
Yeah, man. Matter of fact, I was looking at the Raiders now, man.
It's in overtime now. I guess they both got a field goal.
28. Yeah, they both scored 20. It's 28-28, so it's about a minute and 57 seconds left.
Yeah,
in overtime.
Wow. So that might go into a tie. Wow. So
man, you don't want to. You never want to end like that, man.
Yeah, a tie's better than a loss, but man, like I said, yeah, it's better than a loss. So for Las Vegas, that helps them anyway in that division. They'll still be in first place probably because they don't have a loss still. They'll have a tie. And so either way, I think the Raiders win. Win on that is because they still don't have a loss, and the Chargers have a loss, so they'll still be in first place. So, and then we have the Cleveland. Kind of pretty much beats up on Chicago. I don't think like you were saying earlier, Justin Fields not ready.
Man, listen, if I'm Matt Nagy, hey, listen, I know Andy Dalton beat up. I'm gonna go to Foles or somebody else. You got to give Justin Fields time to develop and understand and know and grow into his craft. He's not ready. He's not ready for the big stage yet, man. He's not.
Yeah, I know. And he's obviously showing why he decided to go with Andy Dalton as a starter, right? Because Andy Dalton, despite he's not a big time starter, he's not a top 5 quarterback, but he's a veteran.
He can bring something to the fight.
Right, he's a veteran. He can bring something to the table. So I think that was a good move by them to start Dalton and let him play, and allow Justin Fields to continue to learn and practice and try and do that. And he got pushed in because of Dalton's hurt. I don't know if you want to put in Foles. You could put him in, and save the rookie a little bit, but either that or you just let him live and learn. And I think it's too early to give up on the season. So if Fields isn't ready, I would put in Foles as well. I think so too. I think you got to put in Foles because you don't want to just – you want him to learn and you want him to grow, and he's only going to learn and grow if he gets in the game. But you don't want to – the season's still young. You don't want to throw away your season if the rookie's not ready.
Absolutely.
Right. And so Baltimore beats Detroit 19-17. A tighter game than you might have thought against Detroit. The Ravens having a little bit of a trap game there, it looks like. They end up pulling it out 19-17, but man, that was a little too close for the Ravens to over Baltimore. It seemed like they struggled a little bit. But anyway, so that was a tough game. And Jared Goff, I mean, you look at all the Detroit losses. I mean, they've actually played pretty well in all the losses. I mean, the 33-41 against the 49ers, 17-35. That was a little bit lopsided towards the end, but they were in the game for most of the game. And then this game, 17-19. I mean, 2 of those games are pretty close to being in them. At least the last game they were good. So I don't know. They play the Bears next, so that could be a win for Detroit. You never know. And then of course Denver beat up on the Jets, which I think everybody's going to beat up on the Jets. But Denver hasn't really played anybody, so we don't really know what Denver is, right? Denver's they're undefeated, but we don't really know who they are. I mean, they play the Giants, the Jaguars, and the Jets.
So the thing about Denver is this right here, man. We won't really know who Denver is. Well, they play the Bronx. They play the Ravens next week. So you really won't get to know who Denver is until they start getting into division games. When they're playing the Raiders, when they're playing the Chargers, when they're playing the Chiefs. that's when I think the Broncos will get exposed at that point.
Right. Once they start getting in, because they haven't really played anybody,
When they start getting into contention, that's when they'll get exposed, man.
Right. Yeah, we'll see. I think Denver, like you said, you have to have a good defense, and I think that's one thing that Denver does have is a good defense.
Solid.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
Denver, and Bridgewater's been solid. He's been solid, really, if you think about it. So Denver has a possibility to be a good team. They start out 3-0, so that helps them out, and so they give Bridgewater a little bit of leeway there to make some mistakes and to struggle a little bit. But yeah, Denver, we'll see what happens once they start playing the tougher teams.
But now, if you look at their division, the Chiefs lost, but the Chargers won.
Right.
Denver won, and right now it's looking like
they're in first place right now.
The Raiders already won. The Raiders won. Overtime by 3. So
yeah, but Denver didn't lose, so this would make Denver first place.
Yeah. So Denver's first, then the Raiders second.
Right.
Or then the Chargers and the Chiefs 4.
Yeah, Chiefs are in last place. How about that?
Place, bro. Yeah,
who would have thought that after 3 weeks they would be in last place?
After
3 weeks. Wow. Woo.
Yeah.
So they got some stuff. They got some stuff to fix. They really got. It was an unfortunate fumble in the last game against the Ravens, and then now this. They had too many turnovers. 4 turnovers. You can't win a football game with 4 turnovers. So. I think the Chiefs will be okay. I think they can bounce back, but it's going to be tough now. I mean, because all your other teams in your division are doing well, even though some of them eventually will start losing once they start playing tougher teams. But man, you made it
within the division, man, and that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Here's my take. I think for their AFC West, they may have 2 that come out of that division, one for the winner and one for the wild card, but it's going to be tight across the board, man. It's going to be really tight.
Yeah. That's going to be a tough division now that all those teams have started out well, except for the Chiefs. So the Chiefs have an uphill battle, and it's going to be a tough because Chiefs are going to come back. I feel like they're going to come back and do well and win some of those division games. So, and then let's see here.
Hold on. What would you got? Chiefs got the Eagles next week.
Yeah.
So you beat the Eagles, then the Eagles might turn around and beat the Chiefs next week. So I mean, it's crazy, man.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how good the Eagles. If the Eagles look good in this game, I would assume they're going to lose against the Chiefs. The Chiefs haven't come off 2 losses. Man, I think the Chiefs will be ready. They'll be playing in Philly, so they won't be a home game. But still, yeah.
You at Lincoln Financial. It's gonna be rough.
Yeah, it's gonna be rough. That's what I'm saying. It's an uphill battle for the Chiefs because I don't think their schedule gets any easier. Really.
Nah,
for the Chiefs. Who they said they got?
The Chiefs got the Eagles.
The Eagles, and then who they got after that?
After that, they got
the Bills, and then they got the Washington football team, the Titans. So they really don't get a break until maybe you consider the Giants a break. Washington. I always kept chiding their defense, but their defense is so that might be a game that you could win if depending on how they're looking on offense. But the Giants is their easiest game in the next 5 games. I mean and then you after that you have the Packers, the Raiders, the Cowboys. They really don't have a break, for a while. So the Chiefs have to get it straight, or
man,
they're in danger of missing the playoffs.
Bro, if they don't rebound now, within the next 3 weeks, they're in trouble.
Yeah, they have to win. They definitely have to win one of the 2 or 3. They have to win 2 or 3 of the next 2 at least of the next 3 games, maybe if not all 3.
Or they're in trouble, bro.
Yeah, they're in trouble. Yeah, exactly. Yep, they're in a hole now. So what? Let's flow Canteen Sports Show. You see down there. You see the link down there. If you want to join the show, some of you already have the link. If you want to join the show, just jump on the show. I'll see you when you jump on. I'll let you on. Come talk a little sports. We're wrapping up the show, and then let's go to Les. Since Les is in here, we'll talk about his team. The Washington football team loses 21-43 to the Bills. Whoa! What about that?
Man, listen, Redskins in trouble, man. They're in trouble. They're gonna take another L next week.
You think so?
I'm gonna beat them in Atlanta next week.
Y'all gonna beat them?
Okay. I'm gonna speak something in existence. I think you guys will be number one in the division. If y'all beat the Eagles tomorrow night, take out the Eagles, and then the Chiefs. Listen what I'm telling you. Then the Redskins, man, they got what his name, Heineke, whatever his name is.
Right.
The dumbest decision. They should have signed Cam Newton. I would have gambled with Cam Newton being the quarterback in that system. Rich Rivera, man, come on.
I tend to agree with you a little bit there. I think they should have signed Cam Newton. They still have a chance to sign him. I mean, but at this point, the season's not over. They're 1-2, so they got a little bit of an uphill battle as well as with the Chiefs. But I think it's tougher for Washington because they don't really have a quarterback. They don't have an offense that can go out there and score.
They don't have a solid offense, man.
So to be honest, they play y'all next week. So that'll be a big rivalry game within the show because when you're the Falcons and he's a Washington fan, but. I mean, you guys got a legitimate shot at winning that, and they've got a legitimate. I mean, that's not going to be an easy game either way. But the Washington loses that game, and they're in trouble. 1-3.
All right, so if you look, I want you to look at Washington now. Let me paint a picture for you, bro.
Right.
They got the Falcons, the Saints, the Chiefs, the Packers, Broncos, and the Buccaneers.
And at the beginning of the season, the Broncos game looked like it could have been a winnable game, but now you don't. I mean, they're playing really well, so they don't have a break until the Panthers, really.
Let me backtrack.
And that doesn't even look like. I mean, the Panthers are 3-0, so that doesn't look like an easy game either.
So they got the Falcons, Saints, Chiefs, Packers, Broncos, Buccaneers, Panthers. Then after that, the Seahawks gonna kill them. Raiders gonna beat them. Y'all gonna beat them again. And their schedule is hard. They might beat the Giants maybe once.
Right.
Or beat the Giants again. They already beat the Giants once, right?
But I mean, just if they don't beat you guys next week,
it's all downhill. It's all downhill from here.
It's all uphill for them. Because the Saints are going to be not going to be an easy game. That's a winnable game for them, but it's not going to be easy because Jameis
ain't gonna be easy.
I mean, the Saints have a decent defense, and Jameis has had a good game. So I mean, he may be up and down, but he looked pretty good. You got the Chiefs who are desperate to be winning games. You have the Packers and Aaron Rodgers. He wants to win games. I mean, that's a winnable game, but Aaron Rodgers depends how he looks in the next few weeks, and then you got the Broncos depending on how they're playing.
They won't be the Broncos at Mile High.
Yeah,
that's not gonna happen, bro.
Yeah, if they don't beat you next week. I'm going to say it right now. If they don't beat you next week, the Washington football team's in big trouble. They don't beat you. Yeah. I mean, you guys, were terrible, and then you win your third game, and you have the same record as the Washington does. So, I mean, right now, you guys are looking better.
We got the upper hand, to be honest.
Right. Right now, you do. So, we'll see what happens. I don't know. Les didn't want to come on the show and talk about it, but we'll see what happens. Maybe I'll talk about it next week. But, yeah, the Washington's got to win that game. And then talking about Atlanta, you guys beat the Giants today. How'd you think? That was a close game, though. That was a little closer than you might want it to be.
As I told you, and I revert back to what we discussed earlier, it's about defense. Defense. Our defense is what held it together. Young Koo came in and kicked a 40-yard field goal. Seal the deal, baby. It's all about defense. Defense is what's going to win championships. How do you think Baltimore won tonight? Baltimore won because of their defense is what held them up. They kicked the field goal and they beat Detroit.
Right, exactly. Hey, so we got a guest coming on, Canteen. It's a Bronco fan. It's a Bronco fan coming on the show here.
I'm pretty much pissed off right now, guys.
Hold on. 3. Let's go. What's going on, Jake? Welcome to the show. What's going on?
Hold on here. How dare y'all have the audacity, the inaugural gall to say that we are not for real yet? Are you kidding me?
You're not for real. You haven't played anybody, bro.
What?
You haven't played anybody. Tell me who you played that's worth their salt.
Beat the Giants?
The Giants are nobody. The Falcons just beat the Giants, bro.
By the way,
the Falcons just beat the Giants, bro.
The Giants will go 1-1 against the Cowboys this year. You mark my word, Albert. You mark my word.
I doubt it.
They're gonna what?
Y'all will sweep the Giants. Y'all will beat them twice. So y'all will sweep them.
They will go 1-1.
The Cowboys will win that division this year. The Cowboys will win the NFC East. Hands down, period.
But I think the Cowboys
Hands
might
down,
win.
period.
I don't know yet.
Y'all gonna win it, bro.
The Giants will win. They will split that series up 1-1. The Giants will win either in New York or they'll beat you in Dallas. You're not winning them both. I'm telling you that right now. Second off.
Okay,
I'm glad you jumped on the show. Let's go.
Hey, bro, he won't even beat the Ravens Sunday. He won't even beat Lamar Jackson in the Ravens Sunday. His team won't beat him.
So
Yeah, that's gonna be a tough. That's gonna be your real test right there. That's gonna be your first test right
there. I'm telling you. You saw they played Detroit, right? That's gonna wake your mind up and get your attention, bro. Exactly. It's not gonna be no cakewalk playing Lamar Jackson in Detroit. Lamar Jackson in Baltimore. It's gonna be a test for y'all.
Let me tell you something right now. Lamar Jackson is trash, and I'm gonna tell you why.
What?
He should have lost to Patrick Mahomes without the.
He just beat him.
No.
He beat Mahomes Sunday night. What are you talking about?
And y'all know that. They were in field goal range already, guys. They were in.
Hey, that was a tough loss, but they beat him. I mean, it's a loss. It's a win. It's a win against the champ. Against
66-yard.
A win is a win, man.
Field goal to beat the Detroit Lions, and you're saying you're gonna have a chance to beat the
Broncos?
Hey,
Flo, let me show you something. Flo, let me show you something, Flo. Say this out, Flo. Yeah. All right, so they got Ravens and Broncos. The Broncos are gonna lose that one. The Steelers desperate. The Steelers might beat them too. The Raiders really gonna beat y'all. The Browns gonna beat y'all. Y'all might win. Y'all next win might be Halloween when y'all play the Washington Redskins.
Oh, if y'all lose to the Steelers, y'all are in trouble.
The Steelers gonna beat y'all, man. The Steelers gonna beat y'all in Hines. The Steelers gonna beat y'all in Hines, bro. The Steelers gonna beat y'all in Hines.
He wasn't on the episode that I was on.
Y'all like it.
Who's his team?
He's the Falcons.
Bro, listen, I studied the game of football, man. You got to study and understand the game, bro. Y'all next test gonna be Sunday. If you beat the Ravens, you got a shot.
Yeah, I think if you beat the Ravens, you guys are legit.
You good. If you lose to the Ravens, you might well cancel it because you're gonna lose the two AFC North teams.
Right now, you're just paper tigers. You're just paper champions right now.
You're not gonna beat the Raiders. You're not gonna beat the Raiders. You ain't gonna beat the Raiders, bro.
I mean, you're the one. Jake. You're the one last week they were saying that the NFC was weak, and you're counting about beating the Giants.
The Giants are probably one of the best teams in that division. I'll be honest.
You did, and at 0-3. At 0-3. Are you kidding me?
You gotta be crazy.
Don't worry.
What are you drinking over there?
Only one team will be 2-1 after this week.
But what I'm saying, just because you beat them doesn't mean they're a good team. The fact that look at them, they're 0-3.
And then we beat Trevor Lawrence Jaguars, the #1 pick overall.
Bro,
are you serious?
They got
guy ain't
ready.
We're doing it,
guys.
Bro, that guy ain't ready. He ain't even ready. Are you kidding me?
Make it make sense.
Make sense, bro. Hold on. Wait a second. Are you really touting that you beat the Jaguars? Are you seriously putting that down as a quality win?
Here's
I can't even take you serious. I can't take you serious. I might have to kick you off the show if you're touting the Jaguars as a quality win.
Do y'all see how we're winning, guys? Are y'all seeing how we're winning?
It doesn't matter. You haven't played nobody, bro.
Flo, he beat the Jaguars. He beat the Jaguars. He beat the Giants, and you shut out the Jets, bro. What do you got to talk about? Next week gonna show me who you really are. If you can't beat the Ravens, if you don't put up 21 points against the Ravens, you ain't no good team.
Exactly.
That's what I want you to do Sunday.
That's facts, right there. That's facts. That's facts, Jake.
He's a better quarterback than Lamar Jackson. You heard it here first, guys. Lamar's overrated. You heard it here first. I'm calling it right now.
Oh my god.
And you know it. He shouldn't have beat Pat
Mahomes.
A 66.
Oh my god. Are you serious?
Bro, I just told you.
You're saying
if you
wait a minute. Hold on, Canteen. So you're saying Bridgewater is better than Lamar Jackson?
He got to be smoking something. He can, man, you
Huh?
crazy.
I ain't smoking anything. I haven't
Are you
smoked in 10 years.
You
serious?
said Teddy
Are
Bridgewater
you
better than Lamar
serious?
Jackson.
You gotta be kidding me.
I'm calling
crazy,
right
man.
now. Teddy Bridgewater is better than Lamar because he knows how to throw the deep ball, and not only that, he's
But
more
he
accurate
ain't
and
played
doesn't make
nobody. He
mistakes.
ain't played nobody. His first test gonna be Sunday when they play the Ravens. Lamar Jackson gonna take y'all to the bridge, bro.
I will be on
If
this
you
show after the
if,
game, and I want you on this show, Canteen.
I feel, bro, if you cannot put up 21 points against Lamar Jackson, you ain't even got no team, dog. What you talking about? You beat the
There's no
Jets by
way.
20. You shut the Jets out, dog. 26-0 the Jets. You talking about Zach Wilson?
Let's get ready to rumble.
Oh man,
Let's go. Let's go. There's no way, bro. There's no way.
bro.
Hey,
You know what you need to worry
hey,
about? Them Falcons.
don't even
They
talk.
look
You shouldn't even
horrible.
talk.
Bro, I won today. I won, and it was a bad loss. But I know next week. Matter of fact, let me pull up the Falcons schedule. I'm gonna be straight up with you. Hold on. Hold what you got. We'll win next week
Who do y'all play?
because we'll beat the
Washington.
Redskins.
Washington.
We'll beat them. So I'm gonna show you how the Falcons schedule look, bro. Check this out. We got Washington next week. That's a win. Then we play the Jets in London. That's a win. The
They
Dolphins.
lose to the Jets.
No. Hold on. The Dolphins will be a
Can I
toss
throw
up.
this out there? Can I
We'll
throw
lose
this
to
out
the
there?
Panthers. We'll lose to the Saints, and we'll lose to the Cowboys. We'll win 1 or 2 and lose 3 straight. I'm telling you.
See,
If y'all
at least
have
he's
a losing
realistic.
record, a losing season again. Ain't it time to get rid of Matt Ryan?
You cannot get rid of $100 million quarterback that was guaranteed money and he married to the daughter. What are you
If y'all
talking
do
about?
not win this season, y'all better let him go. Cause y'all let
Bro, we can't.
this season.
Look at the salary cap. Matt Ryan is the highest paid Atlanta Falcon on the salary cap. We can't.
It's a dead cat.
Hey, y'all can't talk over each other.
Matt Ryan is the highest paid Atlanta Falcon. Period.
Yeah, they're gonna have a tough time getting rid of him.
So what I'm saying, bro, Matt Ryan gonna be with the Falcons at least 3 to 4 more years. At least 3 to 4. I'm being honest with you.
Oh no,
They not gonna draft no quarterback.
Arthur Blank ain't having that. I'll tell you that right now. Arthur Blank.
He married Arthur Blank's daughter. Bro, he married the daughter. He married Arthur Blank's daughter. What are you talking about?
Well, you know what? He's gonna be a good backup because he should not be starting if he does not get y'all to a winning record this year. And you know that. You know that, Canteen.
He knows.
Hey,
Look, he knows
So,
Matt
Flo,
Matt Ryan's on his last leg, man. He knows that.
I've been knowing Flo since like 2013, 12, like that. I say the Falcons gonna go undefeated every year. But then you have to be a realist and look at yourself in the mirror. We'll beat the Washington Redskins. We'll beat the Jets. But after that, the Falcons got to play the Saints, the Panthers, and they got to go to Dallas the first week in November. We'll win one of those other 2 games, and we're going to lose 3 or 4 straight. That's the truth. We're not ready for the next level.
That's facts. You gotta be realistic with
That is
yourself, man.
embarrassing that he is saying that because they just got Kyle Pitts and Calvin Ridley. There's no
Who was
30 points up.
Bro, who is going to throw him the ball? If you don't have an offensive front, who's going to throw Kyle Pitts the ball if you don't have an offensive line to
I
block?
saw Matt Ryan do it in 2016 with no offensive line. Don't tell me that offensive line got any better. Come on,
Bro.
you better stop there, buddy.
Man,
Okay,
Flo, man.
all right, let's go. Hey, so here's the deal. So you're saying you're gonna beat the Ravens, the Steelers, the Raiders, and the Browns, and the Washington team. So
We will lose one of those 4 games, one of those 5 games, but we're not losing. We will
1,
only
2,
lose
3,
one, and I
4.
think the Browns will be the only game because they match up well against us. Because they
So
can
one of
roll
those
off
5.
and
So
stop.
you're saying by week 7 you're gonna be basically 7-1.
We'll be
That
7-1. We're beating the
Flo.
Ravens next week. I called it.
Flo.
I'm calling that.
Flo,
What?
this man, he might be 4-3. I give him 4-3. 4-3.
He might be 4-3. I mean, look.
He gonna be on 7-1, man.
Realistic, Jake. Next week's your test.
I'm
You win
being
that
as
game.
honest as I can
When
be,
you
guys.
look. You win that game, then you're legit. And I see you beating the
Legit.
Steelers. I see you beating the
you
Steelers,
lose-
and then I see you losing either the Raiders or the Browns, and
Both of
then
them. Them
beating
two L's.
Washington. So I see you at least 2 losses there. If you
That's
win
two,
next
bro.
week, there's still 2 losses there. I see
Bro,
2 losses.
bro, listen. You either gonna beat the Ravens or beat the Steelers. You gonna split one of those two, and
That's
you're gonna have 2
facts.
losses back to back. 2
Bro,
losses back to back.
I'm like batting 90%, man. I've only had one wrong game
And
wrong.
Not only that, what gets me annoyed with y'all right now, let me get this straight. We're going to lose to either the Ravens or the Steelers. The Steelers have no offense whatsoever.
I didn't say
You
that.
gonna-
I didn't say
bro,
that.
bro,
I didn't say that.
I said
if
you
you
gonna
beat
split.
if you beat the Ravens, I think you
You
got to
got
beat
a
the
chance.
Steelers.
But
But if you lose to the Ravens, you have to beat the Steelers.
it's all downhill from there. And if you lose to both of them, you're gonna lose 4 straight.
Guys,
You gonna lose 4.
the Ravens are
I
not
think-
for real.
I
The Ravens
think-
are not for real.
Dude, they lost a lot of players and they're still winning. They're still
And
competitive.
they still getting W's, man.
That defense is what helps them.
I keep
that
trying to
defense-
tell these.
Look,
Guys,
You-
they're the Browns
talk to me
and the
next week.
Bengals.
Hey, come
I
back
see
next
as a better
week.
competitor.
Come back next week when you beat the Ravens. Come back next week and then we'll talk.
He ain't
Because
gonna beat 'em.
if you
He
don't
ain't
beat the
gonna beat
Ravens,
'em.
you got nothing to say, really. You got nothing to say, bro. If you don't beat the Ravens, you got nothing
If
to
he
say.
loses, listen, man. If he beat the Ravens, he might. If he beat, I say this: if you beat the Ravens, you'll beat the Steelers. But you're
And
gonna
that-
lose 2 straight to the Browns and to the Raiders. You're
And
not gonna
that-
beat them two,
that's-
man. I'm just being for real, bro.
Why
that's-
are y'all
that-
putting
You ain't gonna
the
beat them.
Raiders so high now?
Dude,
Bro,
have you seen them play?
High.
Have you seen them play?
Yeah, they've won 2 overtime games. It's taken 2 overtime games to win some games. Come on, man. We're beating them. We're shutting them out. We're shutting them
dude.
out, guys.
They played the Ravens, so you beat the Ravens. They beat the Steelers. You beat the Steelers, and they just beat the Dolphins. They played.
the Dolphins team without their starting quarterback and had to go to overtime to beat them.
Brissett is a solid quarterback, though. Brissett's a solid quarterback. Come on. Now, I'll tell you what. Look, this is all I got to say. You got nothing to say. When you beat the Ravens, you can talk next week. If you beat the Ravens.
Before I get off, I got to say
Okay, all right.
about this team. The Eagles
Which
win
team?
tomorrow. They're winning that division. I'm calling it right now.
If the Eagles win tomorrow,
If they
so are you
win
calling that the
tomorrow-
Eagles are going to beat us tomorrow?
Oh,
Are
I'm
you calling
it
that?
right now.
You
I am
saying-
calling it right now.
I'm not saying if, but are you saying they're going to beat us tomorrow?
They will beat y'all tomorrow. That is a
Oh.
100% win. That is a 100% win. Yes.
Hey, that's really a good call. I'll give you a Kawhi laugh.
Hey, fly Eagles fly. They'll be doing it
Fly.
tomorrow.
You hope it's just because you're a Cowboy hater. That's all it is. That's the only reason you're rooting for the Eagles. That's fine. It's gonna be a good game. I think either way, it's gonna be a good game. But I think we're gonna take them. I think we beat the
y'all
Eagles.
gonna beat them, bro.
And what
Trust me,
about
y'all
tonight?
don't
What
win.
about hey Dick? What about before you go? What about tonight? Who do you think the Packers or the 49ers?
The 49ers
Man,
will blow them out.
No,
Blow
I
'em
ain't said no blowout. I didn't say no blowout.
It will
49ers
be a
by-
blowout.
So-
A-Rod, it's time to get to Jeopardy, buddy. Sorry.
So when you
We'll see you
so when you say blowout, you say what? 10 points? 14?
I got 35-17.
35-17. Oh, whoa.
Yeah, man.
They got,
Hey,
they got
Flo.
no pass rush, guys. The Packers got no pass rush. Jimmy
Okay.
G's gonna be in the pocket, reading a book, throwing the ball anytime he wants. Man, he's gonna have
Hey,
all the
Flo,
time.
Okay. Okay, go
I
ahead.
say between 7 and 10 points. 49ers win between 7 and 10 points. Ain't gonna be no blowout. It's gonna be tight. I think Green Bay defense is gonna hold up. It's gonna keep it tight to the end.
Right.
7
Okay.
10 points. Yeah.
Okay.
Now, I didn't get to watch the whole show, but I do want to ask this: are the Rams now the Super Bowl favorites?
No, dude.
No,
What?
I don't think so. No.
What?
Nah, bro. Right now,
No, look, they were at home. They were at
had
home.
the
They
home
played
crowd, the
well.
home crowd, they played good. This is probably the worst I've ever seen Brady play.
Hey, this is the
Brady-
only time you
Brady
got
played
pressure on
football.
Brady. This is the only time you
Yeah,
got
yeah,
pressure on
yeah.
Brady.
The original time. He's done this last year, and he did that when he was
No,
on
man,
Texas.
no. Not,
Hey,
not
look,
the way Aaron
look.
Donald bring that pressure, man.
All right, one at a time. Look, who wants
Go
to
ahead,
go?
bro.
Hey, okay, look.
Go ahead.
This
go
is
ahead,
why.
let him
This is
go.
why.
Right here.
This is why I say the Rams are not the favorites. Because if you look at each game that Tampa Bay has played, they've struggled on their defense. So their defense has not looked good at all. They allowed the Cowboys to score 29 points. They allowed the Falcons to score 25 points. And then they gave up 34 to the Rams. The defense, it was touted coming into the season, but they have not looked championship defense. So that's why I say, because the Rams won, I called it that the Rams were going to beat them. I said before that me and Canteen said the Rams are going to win this game. We thought it'd be a little closer, but the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have not looked on defense like a championship defense. And so that's why I say you can't say that, because I never thought that the Bucs were the favorites to go to the Super Bowl. I thought the Bucs would do well.
I want to ask something.
Okay.
I want to say something. The last time Brady has played that Rams defense, he's lost to them. He won one because he won the Super Bowl, and that was because of Belichick. We know that. The Patriots.
That's when it was in Atlanta.
Yeah, I know. We all know.
Okay.
We all know that. I say Brady. To me, Brady's first 2 or 3 championships was because of Belichick.
Well, no. Even his last one.
I don't know if his last one. I don't know. I have to look back at that season.
No, I'm not the Bucs one. Not the Bucs one. The one with the Patriots against the Rams.
When they played in Atlanta.
13
in Atlanta.
Yeah.
It was all defense. It was a whole defensive game.
Yeah.
Okay. So he struggled against that year. Last year he played the same Rams defense in Week 11 and lost there. And now he lost again. And now Sean McVay's got a quarterback that can throw the deep ball. I'm sorry. They're the Super Bowl favorites. I'm calling it now. That's the weakness of the Bucs this year. That will beat the Bucs. Now the Bucs will make the Super Bowl if the Rams lose in that time. And the only way the Rams lose is if they face a divisional opponent. I think the Seahawks might have their number.
Hey, I think the Rams are legit. I'm not going to tell you that. I think the Rams are legit, and they're a possibility to go to the Super Bowl at this point, beating the Bucs. But I don't give them as much credit because the Bucs defense does not look good. Has not looked good this year. So that's the only thing I hesitate. That's the only time I
don't know if it's going to look.
The only reason I hesitate with the Rams is because they beat a Bucs team that does not have a good defense right now.
I don't know if it's ever going to get better because I hear their secondary is injured, and I don't know if they're coming back.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So I don't consider them legit contenders, like favorites in the Super Bowl. That's why I don't give as much credit to beating the Bucs, because I think they're vulnerable.
Not the Bucs, then who? That's why I'm saying the Rams. What would you say? What team would you say right now that would at least would represent the NFC?
Right now in the NFC, I might give them the. Let me see. What do we got? What do we got in the NFC right now?
A contender.
I think for sure contender.
If the season ended today,
I think it was sure contender, but you got to remember they play in the same division as the Cardinals and the 49ers, so they haven't played any divisional games, and those are both quality teams. So once if the Rams are beating the Cardinals and the 49ers, if they sweep them, and they have Seattle also in that division, so the Rams haven't really played their divisional opponents, which is that's probably one of the toughest divisions in the football, with the Cardinals the way they're playing, the 49ers and the Seahawks, and so the NFC West is a tough division. So I could see any one of those teams coming out of that division. Once I see them play against the division and they handle them well, or if it's close games, then we'll have to wait and see. But I think the Cardinals and the 49ers are going to challenge for sure the Rams, give them a run for their money for that division.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. I respect that answer.
Yeah.
So we'll see in the season what happens.
Yeah, we'll see.
Now,
I'll tell you this much: they've definitely moved up a tier as far as being possible, Super Bowl contenders. They moved up a tier by beating the Bucs the way they did.
That's why I'm saying, as of right now, I got them as the favorites to represent the NFC right now.
I can see you saying that right now. I can see you saying that right now, but they haven't played any divisional opponents, so I back off a little bit off that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that was one of my final questions.
Okay.
By the way,
hey Jake.
It's scary that the Chiefs look bad.
The Chiefs.
We just talked about it.
Yeah, exactly. I'm saying they got an uphill battle because they got a lot of hard teams coming up. So, I mean, they got to clean up the defense a little bit, and they got to clean up their turnovers, and that's what's really killed them is their turnovers. The turnover at the end of the Ravens game killed them, and then they had four turnovers in this game, so they got to clean that up, and that's the thing. As long as they clean that up, because if you think about it, they drove every time down. and it was the turnover that killed the drive every time in the first half. And so I think if they clean up the turnovers, they're going to be okay. But they got an uphill battle because they got a lot of good teams coming up, so they have to clean that up. And I think the Chiefs will be okay. But it's an uphill battle right now for them. It's an uphill battle. Yep.
I got
All right, Jake.
I appreciate it.
Hey, thanks for coming on, Jake.
If you come on tomorrow, post game, I want to see you post game after the Cowboys loss.
Hey,
So,
let's do post
We'll
game
do
tomorrow.
All right, we'll do post game
ready.
tomorrow. Hey, I'm good. We'll do post game after the Cowboys. I'm not like Les. When I lose, I can show up and I'll take my medicine. But if we win, I'm definitely going to show up. But when Les loses,
Washington's been losing. Boy,
this is what Les. Oh, that's Les. He's in the back. Les, shh, calm down. It's okay. Go take a nappy nap. That's Les. He's crying.
I
So.
hope you do it tomorrow. I'll be on.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow. All right, thanks, Jake, for coming on. We appreciate it. Let's Flow Canteen Sports Show. That's Jake, the Denver Bronco fan, coming on. We appreciate him coming on. If anybody else want to come on, we'll be here for a few more minutes. So what are you thinking, since we were talking Green Bay Packers and 49ers, what are you thinking there? You're thinking the 49ers and by 7 or what?
I said between 7 and 10, man. Like I
7 and 10.
I think Aaron Rodgers is gonna bring all he got, man. But I mean, what are the weapons does he have? I mean, I don't know who his running back is or his receivers. I mean, it's kind of like he actually got a good offense if you think about it, because he's got that guy from UTEP. What's his name? Aaron Jones. He's a good running back. They just signed him to a long-term contract. Yeah, he's actually pretty good. And he's got Devontae Williams, or what's his name? Mm-hmm.
Let me look at that. Adams. Devontae
Adams. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got Aaron Jones at running back, Devontae Adams, and the rest of he's got Randall Cobb in there. They got Marquise, Valdez Scantley. He's not a bad player, but I mean, I think as far as on offense, they're going to be okay. I think it's the defensive side that I think is going to hurt them. I don't know how well they can stop other teams. And that's where I think they're going to struggle is on the defensive side and keeping up with other teams. So, because the 49ers, I think they have a solid offense. They're going to struggle against other teams that have solid offenses. Just because, I mean, they did. I think the first game was kind of an aberration. I mean, losing to the Saints the way they did. But if you look at the way they played the Lions, they were pretty close through most of the game until, they pulled away in the second half. And the Lions aren't really a great team. And I think today will really show if the Packers are for real. If they play the Niners, if they play the Niners close, if they win for sure, but if they play the Niners close, I think that'll show that the Packers are for real, and they might be a contender there in the NFC. But if they get beat by more than 10 points, or if it looks like an easy game for the most part, I think the Packers are in trouble as well.
So if you look at Green Bay, man, if Green Bay loses tonight, they'll probably beat the Steelers next week, and then they got the Bengals. They're not gonna beat the Bengals. They're not gonna beat the Bears. The Redskins are tossed up. They got the Cardinals. They ain't gonna beat the Cardinals. They're not gonna beat the Chiefs. Seahawks, Vikings, Rams, Bears, Ravens, Browns,
right?
Vikings and Lions. It ain't looking good for Green Bay, bro.
Right.
To be honest, right now.
Yeah, I think they got to win this game. I think it doesn't hurt the Niners as much because the Niners are undefeated at this point. But, I mean, they have to win the game. And so I think this will show if Green Bay plays them tight and at least is very competitive in this game, I think Green Bay is still legit. But, I mean, if the 49ers pull away, even if it's a close game, but they pull away at the end, by more than 10 points or, 7 to 10 points, and it's an easy, basically, win at the end of the game, I think the Packers might be in trouble. But we'll see. I think the 49ers are going to win this game, though. I have it a close game, though. Still, I think it's going to be a touchdown game, just like you were saying. I think the 49ers win this a touchdown game. They're playing at San Francisco, and so the Packers got to go down there to the West Coast, and so it's a little different for them as far as the time change. I think that has a little bit of difference to make, but not much, because if you think about it, it's going to be 7 p.m. over there. It's going to be like 5 p.m. Something like that when they play, and for the Packers, it's like 8. So that's a big time change
Yeah.
for them. Yeah, so that matters a little bit, but we'll see what happens. I think it'll be a good game. It'll be competitive for the most part, but I think the Niners end up pulling away in the second half. That's just what I think. Sunday Night Football. All right. So we'll see. Today's Sunday Night Football. It's about to get started. So y'all go watch the Sunday Night Football. This is the wrap-up game for the Sunday show. Let's Flow at Canteen Sports Show, wrap-up show. All right, so we'll see you post-game tomorrow, Canteen. Maybe Les will show up then. Maybe we'll get Les to show up then. Yeah, we'll get Les to show up and see what happens. Let me get this. Let me queue up this thing because I don't think it's going to pop up. Hold on. Let me queue this up real quick. And did you call tomorrow's game? What are you saying tomorrow against Philly? Cowboys in Philly.
27-34 Dallas.
27-30, high scoring game.
Dallas. I like Dallas. 27-34 Dallas.
Okay, I like it. I think it's gonna be a little lower scoring game, but I think we pull it out. We pull away in the end. I think it's maybe a 10. We might even get a 10-point game because I've looked at the Eagles and their defense doesn't look too good. So I'm gonna say that we might possibly pull away by 10 points against the Eagles tomorrow. We'll see. All right, we'll see you next time. Let's Flow Canteen Sports Show. We'll see you tomorrow post game Cowboys game.
All right, bro.
We'll see you.